Hey Run Junkies, now that we are getting some distance from Walt Disney World's Marathon weekend, I've been basking in the glow of the accomplishments and looking ahead to my next adventure. Now, every race tends to have its own personality, regardless of who's organizing it. A rock and roll event has a very different vibe than the Race for the Cure. But the same can be said for each race within a single Run Disney weekend, and Walt Disney World's Marathon weekend is no different. Participating in the Dopey Challenge allows you to see the personality of each race. So last week I gave you my brief impressions of the 5K. It's short, sweet, to the point, if not a little bit crowded. Now the 10K is a little different because it is timed, and a lot of runners will use that time as proof of time for another event. This race tends to be a little bit more, I don't want to say competitive or serious, but there is a little bit more of an intense vibe to it. It's still fun and relaxed. I mean, it's Disney, right? As far as the 10K course itself goes, it felt a lot like the 5K, but just stretched out a little bit. However, with the 10K course, you do get a few more bottlenecks than you did in the 5K. The first mile and a half was out on an open road, 2 very long straightaways, but because they curve around and there are 2 character stops, there were a couple of really serious bottlenecks in there. When you get back into Epcot, the course and the field kind of spreads out a little bit again, but my favorite place I think to run on that whole course was along the boardwalk across from Disney's Yacht and Beach Club resorts. Now we stayed there and I was kind of looking for my family, but they were really smart and they slept in that morning. I do have to say though that as we were getting close to the Yacht Club, I could smell breakfast coming from the kitchen and I really wanted to stop for some bacon. As far as my own personal race is concerned, I did run this one alone. I ran a nice, easy pace to kind of conserve my energy for the rest of the weekend, and I felt great the whole time. Now, before I give you my highlights, I also want to talk a little bit about the kids' races. My son participated in the 1 mile kids race, and it was so fun to see all of the kids enjoying this event. Now, if you didn't have kids participating in these events, there are a lot to choose from. There are 3 days, and they offer everything from a diaper dash all the way up to a kids 1 miler. So it's ages 0 to 13. You can have a lot of kids participating in these races. Kids 1 mile event is the last event of the day, but right before that, on the finish line at the track, you have the diaper dash laid out. There should be warning signs before you enter the track area. Warning, due to high levels of cuteness, please wear eye protection. I also have to say, there was a guy doing play-by-play. I'm not kidding you, for the diaper dash. So he was adorable and you could tell that he loved his job. So here it is, highlights from Walt Disney World Weekend's 10K and kids races. Please enjoy.
The energy level seems to be lifting as